4 guys, DMP, Shaq Barrett with a hip, Chris Harris with a lower leg, Derek Wolfe with a concussion. He's in the protocol, but he's progressing very successfully. And Isaac Yidam with a shoulder. We had 4 guys limited. Cortland Sutton with a quad. Looked pretty good today. Brandon Marshall with a knee. He also looked good. Tremaine Brock practiced today. He was limited. He looked great. And Matt Lacoste with a shoulder is limited. That's your injury report. Questions?
How does it work with Wolfe? He was cleared, came back in the game. Did he show symptoms after the game on Sunday?
Absolutely. Yeah, so, if you show any symptoms after the game, with the follow-up, on Monday morning, they put you in a protocol if you show any symptoms. But he's progressing very smoothly.
Talked about some of these guys needing to want to get back from injuries, kind of like Cortland, Brock, those other guys pushing through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's half the battle. You have to want to get better, and we've got 3 or 4 guys that's pushing this week to play, and that's a good sign for our football team. It's late in the year, everyone's sore. No one's totally healthy this time of the year, so you have to want to get back to the field. Absolutely.
You averaged about 3.5 yards on first down the other day. Did you, when you look back on that, is there a lot of missing things out of that?
No, we just didn't play well. They whooped us up front. We can admit that as men. We got to block better up front to run the football. Our offense success is based on running the football, play action, keeping the third downs manageable, and that wasn't done on Sunday morning.
That retooled offensive line had been so good in previous weeks. What do you think led to that letdown?
They outplayed us. That happens in this league. We have to get better. We got some young guys playing, and they whooped us.
What do you see from Cleveland's secondary that makes them difficult?
Cleveland secondary? They're young. They're young. They can run. They have long corners. Obviously, Denzel Ward is a top 5 pick, and he's played that way. I mean, he's a special talent. Carey out of Oakland. As a free agent pickup, he's been a good pickup. He's long. He can run also. Peppers is a first-round pick also, along with Randall out of Green Bay. So they've got 4 guys in the back end that's playing really well. They're playing with confidence and they're making plays on the ball. And the scheme helps them. I mean, it's a multiple exotic scheme. So it's a lot of moving parts, for our offense to overcome with this defense. So we got to be smart, run the football, keep the third downs manageable, and obviously make our own plays.
How does Myles Garrett stack up with some of the other pass rushers you guys have faced this year?
He's pretty good. I mean, we faced, a number of great ones. The Chargers got a couple. Kansas City's got a couple. Pittsburgh's got a couple. So I think that's the trend, So for a tackle in this league, it's like playing corner now. Everyone's got receivers. Everyone's got rushers, and that's just the league. So we have to play with great technique, obviously have a plan to chip this guy and double this guy on occasion because he's a special rusher.
Talk about players getting back on the field after injury. Some of what weighs up a player is the pressure in a long career, or is it pain management, or what do you think goes into that in a player's head?
I think it's more pain management. Obviously you have certain injuries that you can play with that you won't continue to make it worse. You can play with it, but it's painful. That's a fine line. How much pain can a guy play with and still be successful? I think every position is different. If it's a receiver or a DB with a lower leg injury that's really sore and he can't run, he probably doesn't want to play with that. If you're an offensive lineman, you'll play with it. It's different. So I think it's by position, it's per injury, and most of it's pain tolerance levels.
Vance, when you say just got beat up front, how much of it is the next week show what kind of pride your guys have up front?
A lot. We've been pretty good up front for the last month, and everyone's been praising them. It's by right they've earned that right, but we didn't play well last week. Offensive line, as a team, we didn't play well. So I can't say just those guys didn't play well, but we got to bounce back and play better as a team. Start faster, play better defense. Obviously, all of the above. Just to have a chance to win on Saturday night.
So much of the focus with Bradley Chubb is him chasing the sack record in terms of playing run defense, and even being a guy you're trusting more in coverage. How is he developing those areas?
He's doing fine. I mean, he's a really good player in all areas. The dropping part is the part that he's really gotten better at. That's tough. He was a rush defensive end for his entire career. Now he's dropping and covering NFL receivers, and tight ends. So that's a tough deal, for a young guy. But he's taken to it, and he's doing fine.
Is Jamar Taylor ready for a little more this week?
We hope so. You know, Brock's back, so if he's back, we'll have Roby and Brock, and Jamar be the third. So absolutely, we'll see.
With how well Bradley's played the last 2 months, have you seen teams give a lot more attention to him, or have they had to stay true with Vaughn on the other
They've
side?
stayed true. You know, having 2 pass rushers kind of allows you to get fair protections. You know, so it's been pretty true. I mean, he's getting his share of one-on-ones. Most teams are double chipping those guys. You know, which allows us to cover 5 over 3. You know, in our zones with 3 men out. So when they double chipped, I like it. We can play more zone and double cover everyone.
Did you have to revisit with Vaughn at all the penalties, or you know that, hey, he's a veteran, he's learned from this, and it'll be...
He gets it. He gets it. He'll be fine. Can't do it.
Do you expect him in a game like this, especially at home where the crowd's involved, like he and Chubb to show up big? Is that kind of the expectation?
I would hope so. You know, if we can get a lead, that's our favorite time of the game. You know, let those 2 guys rush and play coverage behind them and force Baker to hold the ball some and rush the passer. So, I mean, that's our blueprint to win football games. Hopefully we can get that done.
How has Cortland developed from the time you first got him after the draft to now? I mean, a little way since you...
Cortland Sutton, you're talking?
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's played more football. So, I mean, he's gotten better. As a route runner, he's gotten a lot better. You know, and obviously his natural ability is to catch the 70-30 balls for him. That's been special, you know, so that hadn't gone away. That hadn't changed. But, you know, the more he plays, the better he'll get as a receiver and a route runner.
For as much attention as there is on the offense and starting fast, the defense has kept you guys in games early. What have they done in the first quarter that you've seen?
Well, you didn't watch Sunday's game, did you?
Almost 3-0 right up there.
Yeah, we didn't play good enough. You know, obviously our defense should be our strength. Okay, we have a lot of good players over there, lots of money on that side of the ball, so they should be our strength of our football team. So obviously we got to play better than we played on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Enjoy your day.
Appreciate it.